Hello there. I'm working on another long-form video essay at the moment, but given the time that will take, and the recent influx of subscribers, I figured I should put out another shorter video to tide people over. So, today we'll answer the question, was Hitler's Mein Kampf banned in Germany? It was not. If these kinds of short and quick videos tickle your fancy, please like, share, and I probably should elaborate on why that is. Racist literature can find itself running afoul of paragraph 130 of the German Penal Code, which deals with inciting racial hatred. Yet this law hadn't been used to ban the text of Hitler's fictionalized autobiography and seminal political manifesto. To see why that is, we need to travel back in time. Hitler began writing Mein Kampf in 1924 while confined in Landsberg prison under conditions that would probably be comparable to an involuntary stay at a hotel. The first volume was published in 1925, with the second following in 1926. Later editions would see both volumes combined into one book. Fast forward to April 30th, 1945, the night Hitler killed himself and was legally considered dead. The Allies occupied Germany and divided into sectors, each administered by one of the Big Four: France, the UK, the US, and the Soviet Union. Because Hitler's official place of residence was still in Munich, the American authorities confiscated his property, including intellectual property like the copyright to Mein Kampf. A notable exception, the rights to the English language edition had already been sold by the Nazis' own Verlag. All of this was then ceded to the reconstituted state government of Bavaria in 1948. Since then, the Bavarian Ministry of Finance has opposed any and all publications of Mein Kampf wherever they could, on grounds that it violated their copyright, rather than because the book refers to Jews and socialists as vermin and plagues that need to be exterminated. Since de jure the book was banned, you could still sell books printed before 1945. But any subsequent publications, with the exception of the aforementioned English versions, were ruthlessly hunted down by the Bavarian state government. So basically, the situation was akin to Disney's Song of the South. It's not legally banned in its country of origin, but the copyright owner has decided not to authorize any new releases into the public. Buying copies depends on finding older versions released back when they weren't as controversial, or those published under license in foreign countries. Or you could find a bootleg copy on the internet somewhere. At least that's what the situation was until January 1st, 2016, when the copyright ran out. You see, in Germany, barring any other circumstances, a work of literature enters the public domain at the beginning of the year after the 70th anniversary of the author's death, and that's where the legal situation gets a little tricky. The text is highly racist, with disparaging comments about Jews almost every few pages, and distributing it would be a violation of paragraph 130. The book is, however, an important historical source, and historians have bemoaned it being so inaccessible for research purposes. No joke, you either had to acquire an antique edition for an exorbitant price, or read the book in a library after confirming you were using it for research. In the library, you weren't allowed to take it home. Furthermore, the almost religious zeal with which it's been kept off of bookshelves has helped portray it as far more than the poorly written political manifesto it really is. In 2014, in anticipation of the copyright running out, the justice ministers of the German states decided that while republishing the book would be illegal, sufficient commentary accompanying the text in the form of annotations would allow for it to qualify as research material. This decision was influenced in part by an ongoing project of the Institute of Contemporary History that had set out to create such an extensive annotated edition. The Bavarian government under then Minister President Horst Seehofer initially supported the project, but then changed its mind and held that a new publication would be injurious to the victims of Nazi atrocities and their next of kin. The Institute continued anyway, arguing that allowing Mein Kampf to enter the public domain to roam freely would be irresponsible. Long story short, the critical edition was published in January 2016, and it's the thing that I'm reading right now. The Bavarian government has not taken steps to prevent it, and even references it when discussing how to deal with Mein Kampf on the website of their education ministry. Now, the legal situation remains as grey as the covers of the book. How much and what quality of annotation is required to legally publish and sell the book? Thus far, the only case of someone being prosecuted over Mein Kampf since the copyright ran out appears to have been a woman in Franconia sentenced in October 2016 for selling an unannotated reprint from outside of Germany. The only other instance I could find revolves around a far-right publishing house in Leipzig being investigated since May 2016 by the relevant public prosecutors, but to no result thus far. Though considering the publisher is owned by convicted far-right extremist Adrian Preisinger, and the annotations appear to consist of little more than a foreword by noted Holocaust denier Frederick Turbin, there's a reasonable chance this could turn into a legal precedent. So there you have it. I want to thank the influx of new viewers and the feedback I've gotten. The comments mean a lot more than you can imagine. And to anyone else, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't be a sucker.